really big ground. On any other ground, that could have been a six, but this is a massive ground. Srinath gets 2 runs. Here comes Shreyas again, bowling to Srinath. And it's the keeper appeals for a caught behind. Srinath goes for a full swing of his bat but misses the shot, and it's a dot ball. So after 7th over, Sheffield Blasters are 37 for 2. Excellent start by Gladiators, keeping them at nearly run a ball. We might see a lot of spinners now back into the action like we saw in the semi-finals. Looks like Srajan is getting ready to bowl the next over.
Srajan, the new bowler coming into play. And we have Srinath on strike. Sorry, it's Rion on strike. Srajan, the bowler, in comes with his left armour. Yes, dab towards the mid-wicket. No fielder there. They could go for a double. Yes, they do take the chance. Goes for a double on to the... Oh, well run, well run. That would have been a really, really close one. But excellently executed by the batsman. Rion placing it in no man's land. Srajan coming up with his second delivery of the over. Goes for a late cut straight into the hands of the deep point. No run taken. Well fielded. Srajan on to his third ball. Rion on strike. A fuller ball, swing and a miss. And almost a stumping there. Almost a stumping. Made sure that he put us back into the crease at the right time. Good 3 balls in there. Played in very late. Rion has managed only 5 runs in 11 balls now. He needs to quicken up. There he dabs it onto the leg side. Goes for a quick single. The keeper fumbles, but then the batsman had no intent of running the second run. That completes a tidy over from Srajan. We have crossed the half mark. At 40 balls, Sheffield Blasters stay at 40 for 2. The projected score is 75, given the current run rate. And given we have gone past the half mark, there is a change of sides. The bowling unit is shuffling their entire team. The bowling end is now changed to the near end. We still have Rojan on strike.
There's a decent over from Srajan, just giving 3 runs of that over. We have Sanjay Mani back into the attack. Rion plays a pass backward point towards the boundary for 2 runs. Sanjay Mani bowled a decent first over. Here comes Sanjay Mani back, bowling to Rion. He plays it to long on for the single. Harsh quickly onto the ball and throws it back to the skipper. Gladiators have really had a good start here. Not leaking runs and bowling really tight overs. Here comes Sanjay Mani again to Srinath, who scores a lovely Cover drive for 4 runs. That was a beautiful cover drive. He got to the pitch of the ball and played a beautiful cover drive for 4 runs. Excellent shot there. It's been a while since we have seen a boundary in this match. It's a much needed boundary for Sheffield Blasters. Here comes Sanjay Mani again to Srinath. And he goes on the back and plays it too long on. Shreyas quickly onto the ball and sends it back to Sanjay Mani just for a single. Rion struggled a bit here. He's just on 6 runs out of the 13 ball he has faced. He needs to up the ante soon. And a slower one from. And that's a 6. He sends it 6 over the cow corner. That was a slower one from Sanjay Mani. Rion picked it pretty quickly, went back and hit the 6 over the cow corner. That's a much needed 6 and a 4 in this over, taking Sheffield Blasters score to 54 for 2 after 45 balls. I think they have shown a bit of intent in this over and they might need to carry on with it. It's just a 75 ball game, 30 more balls to go. They need at least 50 more runs in those 30 balls to make a good game out of this final. Gladiators have a deep batting lineup, so they would want to score at least 100 here.
I would completely agree with that. 100, 105, 110 should give a fighting total for the Sheffield Blasters team. Remember, we do have Priyansh in the Leeds Gladiators team, who scored a brilliant 70-odd in the semi-finals. He was a mainstay batsman. And if he gets going, there's nothing to stop him. So Sheffield Blasters need to be a bit more mindful of their run rate. They've got only 30 more balls. They've lost only 2 wickets. They probably a quick single. It's a quick single. There comes the next ball. And there you go. Dabbed onto the leg side towards the deep fine leg. They go for a single. That's a misfield. It's the deep fine leg. They go for a single. That's a misfield. That's 2 completed. The bowler seems to be hurrying up. The fielder seems to be hurrying up. That's 3 runs for the Sheffield Blasters. Misfield, or I would say the outfield is a bit slippery. That's 3 runs in the last ball. Everything adds up. Now goes for a big heave onto the leg side. Now onto the cow corner, and that's gone for a 4. Brilliant shot. Brilliant shot played by Srinath. Srinath moves on to 17 of 12 balls with 2 boundaries. 49 balls, 62 for 2 for Sheffield Blasters. In comes the last ball of the over. And Srinath goes for a big heave and the ball is up in the air. The fielder running towards it. And that's a 4. It's a 1 bounce 4. Excellent shot that. Like as Mayu said earlier, in most of the other grounds, this would have cleared the boundary ropes for a 6. This being a massive ground, it takes it for a 1 bounce 4. Really a good over again. A 4 here in the last ball and a 3 with the misfield in the previous ball. Takes the overall score at 50 balls for 66 for 2.
Last 2 overs have changed the momentum of the game. As we saw in both the semi-finals, it's not easy to chase under pressure. Sheffield Blasters they need to carry on with the momentum. They've scored 66 for 2 out of 50 balls. Rion hits a big shot and a lovely shot straight on drive for 4. That was a beautiful shot by Rion. It was a flighted ball by new bowler, which I'm trying to get his name. Priyanshu. Priyanshu gave it a little bit of flight, and Rion was reached the ball and hit it straight past the bowler for 4. Sheffield 70 for 2 after 51 balls. Here comes Priyanshu again, bowling to Rion. And he bowls a quicker one this time. Rion goes back and plays it to the backward point boundary for a single. Brings Srinath back on strike. Srinath has been in good form throughout the season. Here comes Priyanshu again to Srinath, who bowls a quicker one again, inside edge, just past the keeper for a single. Priyanshu again to Rion. Rion takes it over the cover fielder for another 2. Easy 2 there. Sheffield Blasters now have started to score freely. Here comes Priyanshu again to Rion, who plays late, and it goes past the diving fielder Shrajan for an easy 2. I think Saurav Chandolia was the fielder, not Shrajan. He's hurt himself. He's still down. So after 55 balls, Sheffield Blasters are 76 for the loss of 2 wickets. Rion Jerome on 27 and Srinath J on 22. Srinath is playing with a strike rate of 157. One of them needs to continue to the end of the innings. It's a 75 ball game. Gladiators have got some thinking to do. They have leaked runs in the last 3 overs. Sheffield Blasters have built a nice momentum here. Sanjay Mani, the skipper, is back now.
Sanjay Mani back onto the attack. Here comes in the first ball. Again, played it back straight. Srinath played it back straight onto the field red cover. Just a single. Rion on strike, and Sanjay back with the second delivery. Oh, goes for a big shot on straight to the field red long on and caught by Harsh. Excellent wicket, excellent shot and very well fielded. There was no doubt the fielder missing it. Calm, composed, positioned himself really in line with the ball and took a very comfortable catch. Good innings by Rion comes to an end. Srinath still knocking around at 23 of 15 balls. He's hit 3 fours so far. He needs to anchor in there and let other players come in and have a big game. To remind you all, it's a 75 balls a side. We are getting very close to the end of the first innings. We have done with 57 balls of the 75 balls for this innings. Sheffield at 77 for 3. The projected score currently stands at 101, which is not a below par score, but if they could slightly push it towards 110, then Sheffield has a much better chance of winning this game. The pitch is slightly changed ever since there has been a small patch of rain. We had about 20-25 minutes of cover put on. The sun is now back up. We have the next ball coming in, and the new batsman Arun gently pushing it and goes for a quick single. The bowler comes and picks it by himself. Arun on 1, Srinath on strike, 78 for 3. There he goes. Srinath goes for a beautiful square cut. The fielder at point goes for a dive, misses, and then well collected by the fielder at the boundary line. Collects it comfortably, throws it back to the keeper, and that's 2 runs. And the fielder at the deep saving 2 runs for his team. Last ball of the over from Sanjay Mani. Srinath on strike. That's a good shot. Straight down to the fielder at cover. A quick single ensures Srinath is back on strike for the upcoming over. We've done 60 balls. We've got 15 more balls to go. Sheffield at 81 for 3. The projected score still stays at 101 at the same strike rate. However, anything around the 110 plus mark should be a very good score for them to fight back. There's a bit of a discussion with the captain and the bowling unit. And Priyanshu comes back into the attack.
Priyanshu has an expensive first over. Went for 10 runs out of his 5 balls. Srinath is set now. He's playing on 26 of 17 balls with 3 boundaries. He'll be facing Priyanshu. And the first ball, he plays a shot over the cover fielder. And the ball's racing towards the boundary. 3 fielders are converging, but they can't stop the ball, and it's gone across the boundary for 4. That was a beautiful shot, lofted shot over cover by Srinath. He gets another 4. Moves nicely along to 30 of 18 balls. This could be a potential match-winning innings from Srinath. He's had a really good series. Here comes Priyanshu again for the second ball. Bowls down the leg. An umpire's called wide, and they run a cheeky single. So they get a wide, and plus they run another run. So they get 2 runs. So Gladiators are starting to leak runs now. It's a flighted ball by Priyanshu. Arun completely missed it, and the keeper missed it as well. So umpire has signaled a bye there. Sheffield Blasters 88 for 3. Srinath is taking a breather. He's run a lot. He's been on the ground since the start. And he's hit a huge shot over cow corner. Shreyas is going back. He attempts a huge jump, but the ball's gone over the boundary. Umpire has given a 4, but people are signaling a 6. Yes, umpire has changed his decision to a 6. That was a lovely 6 over cow corner by Srinath. He's calling in for some drinks. Absolute stunning shot by Srinath. He's settled in nicely in this game. Scoring now freely. He's moved on to 36 from 19 balls. He's striking at 189 strike rate. Gladiators and their spinners bowled really well in the semi-finals, but they are proving really expensive in this final game against Sheffield Blasters. Here's Priyanshu bowling again. Srinath hits straight. It hits Priyanshu's hand and goes past him to long arm. Srinath gets a single there. Brings Arun on strike. He's just faced 2 balls. Yes, Priyanshu bowling to Arun. That's a quicker one. Arun misses it outside off. Keeper gathers it. And at the end of that over, Sheffield Blasters are 95 for 3. Just 10 balls to go. They've got a huge score here. We have seen what's happened in the semi-finals. Chasing under pressure is not easy. And Sheffield Blasters have a really good bowling lineup. The little bit of rain that the pitch has had has quickened up the pitch, and the pace bowlers from the Gladiators have had a good start in the match. The spinners have gone for leaked runs in the match here. So the Sanjay Mani, the skipper, decides to bring back Shreyas. A little bit pace back into the attack.
Shreyas back on with the ball. And we have the in-form batsman Srinath on strike. We have Sheffield Blasters at 95 for 3 at the end of 65 balls. Getting into the penultimate over. 10 more balls to go. 5 of this over and 5 of the next. Shreyas the quickie setting his field. Moving the backward point more towards the square. They don't have a cover. Srinath on strike. A fuller ball driven towards the sweeper cover for a single. I think the intent was clear, having an offside wide open with just the fielders on the boundary. They possibly wanted to get Srinath off strike. Exactly, that's the plan. They got him off strike. They've got the new batsman, Arun, on strike. Now they bring the cover back into the circle, wanting to not rotate the strike. They would want to keep Srinath away. In comes the bowler for the next ball. Arun has a big swing and misses. Well kept by the keeper. A dot ball. Not ideal to have dot balls at this stage of the innings. That's 3 more left in this over, followed by 5 in the last over. Arun still on strike. In comes the third bowler from Shreyas. Has a swing again and a miss. Another dot ball. Not ideal. Not at all ideal. 96 for 3. 2 more balls to go this over. You would ideally want at least 4 or 5 runs in the next 2 balls. Every dot ball adds on to the pressure. Arun still settling in. That's straight onto the pad or onto the box. Hit badly. The batsman wants to take a small break. As you can imagine, it hurts very badly. A little bit of a rearranging of the stumps by the keeper and the fielders. Arun looking very uncomfortable. The pressure is on him. The scoreboard has been moving all this along. With the loss of last wicket, Arun coming in. He's faced 6 balls and just managed to score 1 run yet. Shreyas with his last ball of his spell. His ball, 14 balls so far, conceding just 10 runs. In comes the bowler. A slower ball, a late cut back by Arun, which gets them a single. Not too sure if it was the ideal thing to do. I think the batsman wants to retire himself out, which is a fair call given it's only 5 balls left. He hasn't been able to connect the ball. And you do have the new batsman walking in who would take strike. So that brings us to the last 5 balls of the first innings of this final. You still have the set batsman Srinath in there, batting at 38, not out of 21 balls with 4 boundaries and 1 6.
That's a strategic and tactical decision to retire Arun out. He faced 7 balls for 2 runs. Aryan Surma will bowl the last over. Given the spinners' leaked runs, the skippers decided to bring Aryan back into the attack. There is a bit of discussion going on between Harsh, skipper Sanjay and Aryan about setting these fields. Midun is a new batsman. Mithun hit a first ball 6 in the semi-finals. Let's see if I can repeat that. Just to remind the audience, Sheffield Blasters won the toss and elected to bat. They have scored 97 runs in 70 balls. It's a 75-ball game. Here comes Aryan Suma for the last over to Midun. It's a short ball. Midun pulls it to the sweeper for a single. Brings Srinath on strike. Srinath has scored the bulk of the runs. He scored 38 runs from 21 balls with 4 boundaries and 1 6. He's going at 180 strike rate. Aryan's bowling to Srinath. And Srinath attempts to scoop, but it takes an outside edge, and they're trying to sneak a double run, but he's run out. There was no 2 runs in there. He tried to scoop the ball, but instead the ball went to mid-wicket, and the fielder from the boundary came running in and threw it back to the keeper and run Srinath out. Srinath played a wonderful innings. He scored 39 runs from 22 balls. He's given Sheffield Blasters a good score. Sheffield Blasters are now 99 for 5 from 72 balls. Aryan has bowled exceptionally well in this finals. In the semi-finals, he only bowled 5 balls because spinners bowled nearly 17 overs in semi-finals. But here comes Aryan again. And the player pays it down to long on to Harsh and take easy 2 runs. Aryan's had a good spell so far. He's only given 6 runs. 8 runs from 13 balls. Sheffield Blasters cross 100 runs. They are 101 for 5 from 73 balls. Last 2 balls of the innings. Here comes Aryan. The batsman misses the ball and they sneak a single. The keeper tries to run them out but misses the stump. And it's a bye, taking Sheffield Blasters score to 102 for 5 from 74 balls. I think it's a pass score. Here comes Aryan to bowl the last ball of the innings. And it hits the batsman on his leg. And they take a single as a leg bye. And the runner is trying to, and it's a run out. It was a funny moment there, where the keeper already had the ball in his hand, and the non-striker was teasing the keeper by coming halfway down the pitch. The umpire had not called it over, and they tried to attempt a sneaky single, but in the end, the batsman got run out. So Sheffield Blasters have ended up with 102 for 5. I think it's a pass score, looking at what happened in the first 2 semi-finals. It's going to be one of the Gladiator batters have to play long innings to achieve this score. Sheffield Blasters have got really good bowling lineup. What do you think, Hamid?
I think it's a really good score for on this particular pitch. Looking at the semi-finals, 120 has been difficult to chase for all the teams so far, and we have got 75 balls, and Sheffield Blasters stay at 103 with 104 to win. The key thing here would be how the top order plays, the openers and the top 2 or 3 batsmen. So my gut feel would be that if they manage to score with not losing too many wickets in the first 35-40 balls, if they manage a decent enough score, then Gladiators have a very high success rate. If they lose any of their top players, then it's going to be a really, really uphill task. 101 looks small on the board, but given the pitch and the size of the ground, it's not going to be an easy chase.
നിങ്ങൾക്കും ഇതുപോലെ വിദേശത്തേക്ക് പറക്കണോ? എങ്കിൽ വരൂ ഗ്ലോബൽ സ്റ്റഡി ലിങ്കിലേക്ക്. കഴിഞ്ഞ 15-ൽ പരം വർഷങ്ങളായി 20-ൽ കൂടുതൽ വിദേശ രാജ്യങ്ങളിലെ പ്രമുഖ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റികളിൽ 37,000-ൽ പരം വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളെ ഉപരിപഠനത്തിനായി സഹായിച്ച മികച്ച എഡ്യൂക്കേഷണൽ കൺസൾട്ടൻസിയാണ് ഗ്ലോബൽ സ്റ്റഡി ലിങ്ക്. യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി അഡ്മിഷൻ സർവീസസ്, പ്രീ കൗൺസിലിംഗ്, പേഴ്സണലൈസ്ഡ് ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ സർവീസസ്, ടെസ്റ്റ് പ്രിപ്പറേഷൻസ്, സ്കോളർഷിപ്പ് സപ്പോർട്ട്, പ്രീ ഡിപ്പാർച്ചർ ബ്രീഫ്, അക്കോമഡേഷൻ അസിസ്റ്റൻസ് ആൻഡ് മെഡിക്കൽ ഇൻഷുറൻസ് ഗൈഡൻസ്. എല്ലാ സേവനങ്ങളും ഒരു വിരൽ തുമ്പിൽ. Global Study Link.
With an experienced team ready to give you sound advice, Lifeline Protect Limited really is your professional, trusted and secure partner for your insurance and mortgage needs. We know that when it comes to buying a house or remortgaging, securing a mortgage can seem to be difficult. But let us guide you every step of the way, and you'll see that finding the right mortgage can be surprisingly straightforward. We have access to a large pool of lenders, so identifying the lender that is suited to your needs is all part of the service. So talk to us today about your insurance and mortgage needs. At Lifeline Protect, we can assist you in protecting the future of the things that matter to you most. With an experienced team ready to give you sound advice, Lifeline Protect Limited really is your professional, trusted and secure partner for your insurance and mortgage needs. We know that when it comes to buying a house or remortgaging, securing a mortgage can seem to be difficult. But let us guide you every step of the way, and you'll see that finding the right mortgage can be surprisingly straightforward. We have access to a large pool of lenders, so identifying the lender that is suited to your needs is all part of the service. So talk to us today about your insurance and mortgage needs. At Lifeline Protect, we can assist you in protecting the future of the things that matter to you most.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the second half of the final between Leeds Gladiators and Sheffield Blasters. That's Priyanshu taking strike and partnered with Harsh Kumar Patel. Leeds Gladiators need 104 runs to win in 75 balls. Just to remind you all, the final, due to rain, has been cut short to 75 balls a side. 103 was the score for the first innings. In comes the first ball. Well played by Priyansh. A square cut, beautiful square cut. We got a fielder there, deep cover, who runs past and covers the field for him. Saved 2 runs there. First ball fetching 2 runs for Priyansh and starting the scoreboard for Leeds Gladiators. Anish is the bowler. Comes for the second ball. Slightly outside the off stump. Attempting line. Priyansh goes for a drive. Misses it and well collected by the keeper. Looking from the angle that we are in, it potentially would have been on the 4th, 5th stump line. In comes Anish again. A lofted cut towards the sweeper cover. In goes Priyansh for the second run. A very tight run indeed. Oh, very close that was. Very close that was. Priyansh was very, very convinced he wanted a 2 for that shot. However, his partner Harsh wasn't very eager to go for the second run. Priyansh had made 3/4 of the run and forced the other batsman Harsh out of his crease. And the keeper had not taken his gloves off. So therefore, the batsman could reach comfortably and miss the run out. In comes the next ball. A full toss taken on the full by Priyansh to the cow corner. 1 bounce into the hands of Rion at the cow corner. Just a single. And that brings Harsh Kumar onto a strike. In comes the bowler. Harsh, a beautiful drive onto the offside. Goes all the way to the boundary. Saved by the fielder. And that's 2 runs. 2 runs of the last ball. Well played by Harsh. Here comes the second over from Leeds Gladiators. You have Priyansh back on strike. The bowler is at his run-up.
Good start for Gladiators. They've got 7 in the first over. Sheffield Blasters setting their field now. Priyansh plays a back foot punch on the leg side for an easy double down to square leg. We need the new bowler. Bowls it down the leg side, wide, and they get the keeper just palms the ball and they run a single. So they got 1 extra along with the wide, 1 by. Leeds Gladiators now 11 for no wicket after 6 balls. Harsh on strike. And we need balls. He plays a lofted shot over cover. Goes straight towards the fielder. And it was a very poor throw, but they had already decided they're not taking a second. They've already run a few doubles, so they're taking a breather there. It was a good shot, but it went straight towards the fielder. bringing Priyanshu back on strike. Here's the next ball. Priyanshu defends the ball. Vineet had a good semi-final as well. He bowled really tight lines in the semi-final as well. He started well here. Looks like Priyanshu is already tired. He seems a bit exhausted after running those 3 doubles. He's having a breather. He defended that ball, which was with less intent. Here comes Vineet, bowling the next ball. He has a wild swat at the ball, but misses it completely. That's an excellent start by Vineet Venugopalan. He's bowled 4 balls, given 5 runs. Gladiators are 12 after 9 balls. Here comes him again. Priyanshu tries to cut the ball late, but misses it. That's an excellent over by Vineet. He is he's just given 5 runs in the over. He's put a check on the score. At the end of 2 overs, Gladiators are 12 for 0. Priyanshu 7. He's faced 8 balls, and Harsh is at 3. He's faced 2 balls. So that's a good start for Sheffield, I'd say. It's not easy running doubles because these guys have been playing since morning. It's a bit tiring. Priyanshu is calling for some drinks. Anish is getting ready to bowl his next over.
At the end of the second over, Leeds Gladiators at 12 for no loss. Harsh Kumar on strike. And Anish Thomas continuing from where he left. Here comes the bowler. Onto the pads, tried to pull, missed it, hit the pads, and onto a single. Bringing back Priyanshu back on strike. Gladiators moving to 13 for no loss in 11 balls. Priyanshu already looking set. Drives it straight back to the fielder at mid-on. Sorry, mid-off. Takes a single comfortably. So Priyansh is a mainstay batsman for Gladiators. He needs to hang in there. Look to score but not taking any risks. And that's all the way close to the boundary. The fielder dives, saves the ball. It was a good shot by Harsh Kumar, and they take a double. Harsh moving on to 6. In comes the bowler to Harsh. Goes for a lofted heap, takes the edge. Thankfully falls in no man's land. The fielder at deep cover, the sweeper cover, collects the ball, passes it back to the bowler. In comes the bowler for his next delivery. Priyansh on strike. Hits it down the leg side for a single. So Priyansh isn't taking any risk at this point of time, which is a very sensible thing to do. The mainstay batsman Priyansh needs to hang in there as much as possible. We all know the kind of capability he possesses, and we want him to be playing a long innings.
Priyanshu played a brilliant 70 plus in the semi-finals and led Gladiator to a victory. After the first few overs, he's not looking to take doubles. He's looking to trying to save his energy and maybe look at those big shots. He's trying to get himself in. Here's Vineet back into the attack, bowling to Priyanshu. Comes charging down the pitch, but Vineet goes wide, and umpire has called wide on the offside. Sheffield Blasters, I'd say, have had a really good start to this innings. They have kept it really tight. Here comes Vineet again, bowling to Priyanshu, who plays a lovely late cut. The ball goes towards the boundary, but the fielder takes it and sends it back to the keeper. Batsman take comfortable 2 runs. Brings Priyanshu back on strike. It went over gully. He played a lofted shot over the gully. Just used Vineet's space. Here Vineet comes charging in again to Priyanshu, comes down the wicket and plays towards long off for an easy single. Again, they are looking for boundaries. They're not able to get any boundaries. It's a very big ground. And the bowlers are bowling really good lines here, not giving any width and keeping the scoring tight. Here comes Harsh, who against lofts it to long off for another single. Sheffield Blasters have got a long off, long on, a cover, a cow corner, all back. So it's a very difficult boundary for the batsman unless they hit it between the gaps. Here comes Vineet again to Priyanshu, who defends and takes a quick single towards cover, towards gully. Leeds Gladiators are now 24 for the loss of 0 wicket after 19 balls. 1 more ball to go at the end of this 4th over. Sheffield Blasters have really had a good start. They'd be really pleased with the start they've got so far. One thing in Gladiators' favour is that they've not lost any wickets. But they're not going anywhere yet. They're trying to build the innings. Harsh plays a shot towards long on for a single, easy single. So after end of that 4th over, Gladiators are 25 for the loss of 0 wickets. They need to score at 8.62 per over. They need 79 runs of 55 balls. So now both of these batsmen have faced nearly 10 balls each. So they should get their eye in. One of them needs to convert it to a big innings for Gladiator. Change in bowling. Harsh is on strike.
.25 for no loss in 20 balls. The no loss should be of a great comfort for Leeds Gladiators. When you've got all the wickets in your bucket, it gives in all the freedom for the current batsman as well for the batsman to come. Harsh is on strike. Ready for the new bowler. The bowler charges in. On to Harsh. And Harsh has a big go, a big heap towards the cow corner. Long on comes in and covers it. And just a single. The batsmen look a bit tired. The fielders also do look tired. That should have been an easy 2. In comes the bowler for the second ball to Priyanshu. Priyanshu has a go at it towards the cover area. Just a single. The batsmen are not looking to convert the singles to doubles. Possibly because of the time of the day. Second game in for today. Tied legs, batting second innings. In comes the next ball. On to Harsh. Harsh has a big heave at it. There are 2 fielders beneath the ball. And then taken very comfortably by the fielder at long off. That's a brilliant breakthrough. Brilliant breakthrough from Leeds Gladiators. They knew the batsmen were getting tired. They didn't do anything different. A very simple, straightforward ball. Harsh was tired. A lofted shot straight on into the throat of long off.
Something had to give in. They were looking for boundaries. They were not taking doubles. They looked tired out there. There were a couple of opportunities for easy doubles, but looks like Priyanshu is content with just 1 run, trying to save energy for big shots. Knowing Harsh, he would have gone for all the shots, and these are big boundaries. It was comfortably caught at long off by the fielder. Good breakthrough for Nidish in his first over. Gladiators in a bit of trouble there.
A good breakthrough by Nidish. A comfortably taken catch by Jarin Varghese. The first wicket down for Leeds Gladiators. Bringing in their skipper Sanjay Mani, the left-handed batsman. "27 for 1 of 23 balls, 77 to win in 52 balls. Sanjay Mani on strike. Nidish comes charging in. A full length ball defended by Sanjay. No run. A dot ball there. Harsh did try to power it through and lost the wicket. In comes Nidish. Again, a small gentle dab towards the leg side, getting a single of the last ball of the over, taking Sanjay Mani back onto strike. At the end of 25 balls, Leeds Gladiators are at 28 for 1, which gives another 50 more balls for Leeds Gladiators to chase down 76 runs. Sanjay Mani, the captain, back on strike with a single of the last ball, and we have the next bowler coming in.
I'd say it's a tough ask for Leeds Gladiators. They are searching for a boundary. They're searching for a bit of momentum, and Sheffield Blasters are not giving them any loose balls to capitalize. They're bowling tight lines. They've kept it really tight. Sanjay Mani, the skipper, is on strike. We've got a new bowler. That's a dot ball. That's a well left. I would have said a well left for a Saturday game, but given this is a 75 ball game, they need to throw their bat at everything. Otherwise, there would be run rate pressure piling on pretty much. They already need to score at 9.31 runs. Again, this time it's a wide ball from the bowler. Midun is the new bowler. He tried to bowl another one outside off stump, but drifted a bit further and bowled a wide. Midun to Sanjay Mani. Next ball, and Sanjay Mani plays it to point and gets a comfortable single. The keeper's got his hand on his head. Looks like a direct hit might have been pretty close. Like I said earlier, we've got tired legs out there. The shadows are running across the pitch. Sometimes it becomes difficult to pick the ball when the shadows go across the pitch. Here comes Midun again. And he bowls it's a lovely 6-over cow corner by Priyanshu. We have seen a few of these in the semi-finals. He has lovely timing, and it was an imperious shot. He let the ball come onto him nicely and just lofted it over cow corner for a huge 6. Here comes Midun again for the next ball to Priyanshu. A full toss, rushes him on. Again, he gets a single towards the cow corner. Gladiators have found that 6 or a boundary after a long time. This is a good start for them in this over. Here's Midun to Sanjay Mani, who slashes it over the point fielder. The ball's going towards the boundary for 4 runs. That was a beautiful lofted shot over point for 4. It's an expensive over for Sheffield Blasters. Gladiators getting a bit of momentum after 5 overs. At the end of 6 overs, 30 balls, Gladiators are 41 for the loss of 1 wicket. They still need 63 runs in 45 balls. I think this match is going to go down to the wire, Ahmed.
I think that would be great, taking it to the last over, to the last ball. Uh, Especially the very last over has changed the momentum. Priyanshu's sixer and the captain Sanjay's lofted cut shot over the point fielder for a four, bringing the momentum back on to Priyansh. Again, he heaves it over, and that's a brilliant shot for four towards the leg side. Very well picked by Priyanshu. He knew where the fielders were. He knew there wasn't anybody deep in the leg side. So a very calculated shot, and he knew exactly where Nidish was going to bowl him. Priyansh slowly getting into his groove. He's the mainstay for Gladiators. The longer he stays, the chances of winning are much higher. And it comes Nidish with the second ball to Priyansh. Priyansh again sweeps it over the boundary for a wonderful sixer. The ball wasn't on the leg side, it was straight onto the stump line. But Priyansh plays it with great amount of confidence. He knew exactly the fielders were. He knew there wasn't a fielder at the place where he wanted to play. And then completes a beautiful sweep.
It looks like he's got a bit of extra second like Rohit Sharma has. Like Nidish is a quick bowler and he premeditated the shot, put his left leg out, and then it was good like sweep six to a fast bowler. Like he's got really good timing and he's got that extra second. He plays it so late. It's a lovely shot.
Two beautiful shots in the first two balls of this over. Priyansh all ready to take on Nidish. Again, he goes, flicks it more towards the long on for a single. Happy to be contained for just a single. We got some fielders swapped around with the left hand, right hand batting combination. We've got the point drop down all the way to the boundary. We've got a deep cover. A cover within. Again, Sanjay Mani, he just daps it on to the gully, goes for a quick single, bringing Priyansh back on strike. So far, a very productive over for the batting team. Priyansh has made a good use of this over. A six and a boundary, bringing onto the last ball of Nidish. Priyansh on strike. Let's see what happens here. I think that's given a wide. Yes, Priyansh charged down. Having seen it, Nidish wanted to keep the ball away from the batsman, but probably too wide on the offside. Making it a wide. Nidish back with this last ball again. Onto Priyansh. Steps forward. And a lovely drive onto the covers through the gaps. But then we do have a fielder at the deep covering it up. That comfortably gives Priyansh two comfortable runs, taking the team score to 56 at the end of 35 balls. Now, the scorecard looks very healthy. Leeds Gladiators just need 48 runs in 40 balls. Priyanshu batting at 34 of 20 balls with 1 4 and 2 sixes. And Sanjay Mani supporting him very well with 7 runs of 6 balls and 1 4.
What a player this Priyanshu is. He won the semi-finals for the Gladiators. He started slowly and then build up on his innings on in the semi-finals. Looks like he's doing the same in the finals. Last 2 overs have changed the momentum of the game. The balance of the game has now tilted to in Gladiators' favor. We have Sanjay Mani on strike. New bowler. Gladiators need 48 runs of 40 balls, 9 wickets in hand. The required run rate is 7.2 runs per over. Vishnu is the new bowler. A quick single towards cover. Fielder. Sanjay Mani is off strike. Brings Priyanshu on strike. Priyanshu is asking Sanjay Mani, what's the bowler doing? Priyanshu is settled in well now. Vishnu Das Devdas. He had a really good semi-final. He comes to bowl the second ball to Priyanshu, who steps back a bit. The ball was drifting down, the umpire says. There's an appeal from behind the stumps, but the umpire wasn't interested. They decide against taking a single. Vishnu's got good pace. He beat Priyanshu for pace on that last ball. Here comes Vishnu again, bowling to Priyanshu. Priyanshu takes one step back. Vishnu bowls down the leg. It's a wide ball going towards the boundary. And there's a one buys. Yeah, the keeper missed it. So it's a wide and a bye, bringing Sanjay Mani back on strike. The left-hander, right-hander combination is working in Gladiators' favor here. The fielders are moving across the field. Here comes Vishnu to Sanjay Mani. It's a quick ball, and they take a single towards square leg. Vishnu's gathering some good pace here. He's beating the batsman for pace. The batsmen have been late on the last two occasions, both Priyanshu and Sanjay Mani. He's just not getting the line right. Vishnu to Priyanshu. Priyanshu take a step back, and he plays short towards the cover, deep cover for a single. That's a good start by Vishnu. He's kept it tight. Apart from that wide ball and a bye, he's kept it pretty tight. Priyanshu, who's settled in, who's got an iron, is not able to picking up straight away. So it's a good start by Vishnu. Vishnu to Mani, Sanjay Mani. Sanjay Mani swats the ball to his mid-wicket, and umpire has given a no ball. Looks like Vishnu has overstepped, and that means we have a free hit. There won't be any change in the fielding position. Sanjay Mani gets a free hit. Here comes Vishnu. Again, bowling to Sanjay Mani, who tries to scoop him. But it's a dot ball. He completely misses the scoop shot. The keeper gathers it. Leeds Gladiators going really well. 61 for 1 after 8 overs. So they need 43 from 36 ball. Vishnu's got a really good over. He put in a really good over in. But just that wide ball and no ball leaked a bit of extras. That's it. But the batsman, he was really quick on the batsman. The batsman found it difficult to time shots because he bowled really quick pace. Gladiators are on 61 for 1 after 8 overs.
That brings to the change of end after the halfway mark. And Gladiators needing 42 runs in 35 balls. We have Priyanshu on strike. Bit of a shuffle on the field. We've had a tidy over from Vishnu last over. 5 balls, conceded only 6 runs given the stage of the game we are in. With a change of ends, we have Priyanshu on strike. Sanjay Mani supporting him very ably with 9 runs of 10 balls. In comes the bowler charging. Priyanshu leaves it. A good leave that for a wide. Adds on another run to the Gladiators. The bowler having to, Srinath having to repeat the first ball. In comes a late cut by Priyanshu for a quick single. A deliberate late cut towards the gully. That brings on Sanjay onto strike. The left-hander, right-handed combination is always difficult on the bowler. He having to adjust the line and the length for both the batsmen. A good line for the left-hander is always a bad line for the right-hander and vice versa. And obviously the fielders having to move around quite a bit based on the batsman. And that's Sanjay Mani playing it down the leg side towards the mid-wicket. The mid-wicket grabs the ball and passes it immediately back. A dot ball in. Sanjay, the very beginning of the innings, he played a lofted square cut, which was beautiful to watch it. Since then, yeah, there he goes again, a lofted drive, a lofted shot towards the cow corner. A quick single, back to the second run. The fielder picks and throws a ball, but then Sanjay completes his second run very comfortably. Yes, that's right, Sanjay hasn't timed it so well. In the very first over of his batting, he played a beautiful uppish cut shot, which fetched him a boundary. Since then, he's not been able to middle the ball. And now he goes for a paddle sweep for a 4 probably. The fielder is chasing it. A few more yards to go. The fielder quicks in. Saves a boundary there. And a very bad throw wide away from the keeper. Fetches them a 3 runs. Rion, the fielder, did manage to save the boundary. And the batsmen were quick enough to run 3 runs in there. Taking the score of Leeds Gladiators to 69 for 1 of 44 balls. The last ball of this over coming from Srinath with Priyansh on strike. In comes the bowler again, batted beautifully by Priyansh. Goes for a second, a quick single, comes back for a second run and completes it comfortably. A very sensible batting by Priyansh there. He just dabbled the ball towards the leg where no fielders were there and made sure he ran the first run very quickly and then completed his second in a comfortable manner. At the end of 45 balls, Leeds Gladiators are 71 for 1, needing 33 runs in just 30 balls.
A quick drink in between looks like has revitalized Priyanshu. He's quick between the wickets again. That was the way he converted those 2 runs into 3 runs. He was pretty quick. Gladiators are going really well. They just need 33 runs in 30 balls. So it's a match for theirs to lose now. They're in a really good position, 9 wickets in hand. We've got a new bowler now. Sanjay Mani on strike. He's played 2 good lofted shots. Apart from that, he's struggled a little bit with his timing. Sanjay Mani is on 14 from 13 balls, and Priyanshu going on 38 from 24 balls. Here comes the bowler to Sanjay Mani. It's a full toss, and he takes it on the full, and it's a boundary to the point. It just goes to the side, left side of the point fielder and goes to a boundary. Sanjay Mani gets a beautiful 4. it was kind of a freebie. A full toss outside off by Jaren Verghese. Here comes Jaren again. Sanjamani tries to reverse scoop him and gets clean bowled. Quite expansive, just to try that on the second ball of the over. No need for that shot. He'd already got a boundary. But it's a modern day cricket game. You never know what the batsman's going to do. He tried an expansive reverse scoop, but got bowled. Good ball by Jaren Verghese. Leeds Gladiator now 75 for the loss of 2 wickets. They need 29 runs in 28 balls. Good contribution there by Sanjay Mani. He started slow, but then he accelerated well in the latter part of his innings. He scored 18 runs in 15 balls with 2 boundaries at a strike rate of 120. Shreyas is the new batsman in. Shreyas is a really good all-rounder. He's bowled well, batted well throughout the series for Gladiators. Right-handed batsman with Sanjay Mani now back in the pavilion. We have 2 right-handers at the crease, which the Sheffield Blasters won't mind. Here comes Jaren Verghese again to Shreyas, bowling first ball to Shreyas. Shreyas takes his guard. And it was a nicely bowled Yorker that was dug out by Shreyas. It inside edge towards square leg for a single. Brings Priyanshu back on strike. Priyanshu going nicely on 38 from 24 balls. Priyanshu hit beautiful 2 sixes. He plays a lovely shot towards long on boundary for a single. Gladiators don't need to do anything extraordinary now. They just need to score at run a ball. They shouldn't leave it to the last over. They've got 8 wickets in hand. They should try and finish this one over earlier. Down the leg side. The umpire's given it a wide. Another extra by the Sheffield Blasters bowler. Gladiators at 77 for 2. Here comes the bowler. And a cheeky single. Oh, it was really close. A direct hit could have Priyanshu back in the pavilion. Priyanshu loses his bat while he was running. Shreyas hit directly to the mid-wicket, and mid-wicket fielder picked it up and threw to the keeper, but it needed a direct hit to get Priyanshu out. It was an unnecessary run. But in any case, they have sneaked a cheeky single there. With the end of that over, Gladiators are now 79 for 2. They need 25 runs in 25 balls. Shreyas back on strike.
Excellent way for Leeds Gladiators to pick up the momentum. The 2 sixes from Priyanshu has brought them back into the game, well supported by the captain as well. We have Priyanshu now at 39 and Shreyas joining in at 2. 25 runs, 25 balls. I would say keep it very simple. No risky shots, no risky run-outs to be tried. Play safely for run a ball. You would get the odd boundary every now and then make the best use of it rather than trying to go for big shots. Play it safe would be my mantra. Vishnu comes in charging it. Well played by Shreyas. Quick single. Defended it onto the player at short cover, bringing Priyanshu back on strike. I would love to see Priyanshu playing on till the end and winning the game for Leeds Gladiators. He's played beautifully and brilliantly in the semi-finals, and he continues to do the same in the finals as well. Vishnu running in, steaming in for a second ball. Onto Priyanshu. Full toss, low full toss. Punched it back straight behind the bowler. The fielder at long on comes, picks it up really well, and throws it back to the bowler. Adding Priyanshu 2 more runs and adding on to the score of Leeds Gladiators at 80 for 2. Here comes Vishnu again. Priyanshu on strike. In comes Vishnu. Beautifully balled and well batted. Oh, that was a direct hit. And that's been given out. My goodness, what a changing moment in the game. Priyanshu run out. I was just saying in the beginning of this particular over, nothing silly to be tried in there. He hit it straight onto the mid-wicket fielder and ran for a quick single. Given the run rate that is required, that was completely uncalled for. Priyanshu, the mainstream batsman, the well-set batsman at 41, run out. And Leeds Gladiators are in a bit of iffy at the moment. Strajan, the new batsman walking in. It's still just a run a ball required, but then a big wicket like Priyanshu would put on the pressure onto the other batsmen in the team. And that would also have the bowling team up their collars, boosting with confidence. And they would like to charge in with more pace and see if they can run the batsman more harder.
The wicket has come against the run of play. The middle order hasn't delivered enough for Gladiators in the last match, so it would be a test of their nerves. It's not easy to directly go in and start playing shots. A one good over can bring Sheffield Blasters back in the game.
Here comes Vishnu charging in again. Shreyas hits it back to the same fielder as the last ball. The fielder picks it up nicely. No single attempted here. Shreyas still on strike. That leaves Vishnu with his last ball of the over, bowling into Shreyas. Charges in, tries a scoop, misses it, hits his pad, takes a quick single. Given leg byes. And that should be the end of over for Vishnu, leaving Leeds Gladiators at 83 for 3. Srajan yet to open account. Shreyas 3 of 5. 21 required of the last 20 balls of the innings.
I would say the match is evenly poised now. Both the batsmen are new to the crease. A few dot balls could increase the pressure, and if they lose quick wickets in between, it's going to open up the match for Sheffield Blasters. It's a pressure game now. Gladiators needs to keep their nerves and see this through. It's their match to lose now. Gladiators want to change their fortunes. In the last 2 years, they reached the finals and couldn't win it. Could this be the year they break the jinx? We will see in the next 15-20 minutes. 20 more balls to go. Gladiators are 83 for 3 after 55 balls. It's a 75-ball game, so they need 21 runs in 20 balls. Srajan on yet to take a strike, and Shreyas is on 3 from 5 balls. Here comes Srinath again. Shreyas, and the ball goes towards the boundary for the 4. It looks like from where I'm sitting, there might have been an outside edge past the keeper. We didn't have a slip fielder, so it went between the keeper and gully fielder to the boundary. That's a key moment in these ending stages. A 4 to start the over for Shreyas. Gladiator now on 87. Here comes Srinath again. That's a lofted shot by... and is out. He's caught out at long on. Shreyas, he attempted to hit a huge six. He's got caught out at long on. Gladiators losing quick wickets now. They've lost 3 wickets in quick succession, so they are now 87 for 4. Like I said, it's a game of nerves now. They just need to see it through. With every wicket that falls, it adds pressure to the Gladiator and a few more dot balls. It takes a while for the new batsman to settle in. Still in Gladiators' favor a bit. They need 17 runs from 18 balls with 6 wickets in hand. Gladiators have got depth in their batting lineup, so it's just a matter of keeping their nerves now. This brings Saurabh Chandolia to the crease to join Srajan. Srajan is yet to face a ball, so both batsmen are new to the crease. Srinath is the bowler. Gladiators need 17 runs from 18 balls. 2 new batsmen on the crease. Srajan facing Saurav facing Srinath, and that's a dot ball. 17 balls, 17 runs required. Every dot ball is going to add pressure. If it goes to the last over, then it's going to be anyone's game. Gladiators will try and look to play a big shots before the last over. A full toss. It sort of plays towards the deep cover and comes in for an easy 2. This is a very big ground, so it really takes a good arm for a fielder from the boundary to throw it directly to the keeper. Gladiator now need 15 runs in 16 balls. Good start for Saurav there. Srinath to Saurav again. And Saurav defends it straight to the gully fielder. And an easy overthrow there. There was nobody at the bowler's end. And they sneak a single. That was an unwanted throw towards the bowler. Bowler was not backing up. The fielder threw towards the stump and there was nobody at the stumps. Srinath was in his follow through. And there was an unwanted extra given by the Sheffield Blasters team. At the end of that over, now Gladiators are 91 for 4. Gladiators need 13 runs in 15 balls. Good start by Saurav there.
15 or 15. Sorry, 13 or 15 required. We have lost 3 wickets in succession. Especially the last 2 has been a bit dramatic, with the loss of Priyanshu's wicket and the wicket following that by Shreyas. Sometimes I do wonder in the game of cricket, when you're playing so well and when the run rate is within your reach at run a ball, why would somebody want to take any risky runs or play any lofted shots? Something that I've always failed to understand. Match could go either way. I think another 2 more wickets could completely change the tide towards Sheffield Blasters. It's all about holding the nerves. Sees who's able to see through with both the sides. We've got Saurav Chandolia on strike. Sorry, Srajan on strike, supported by Saurav. In comes the bowler, swings, misses it, dot ball. We've got Jaran Varghese, who's had a very good spell so far. 8 runs of 6 balls with 1 wicket to his account. Srajan has just faced his first ball for a dot. Here comes Jaran again. Slight change in the field. Dropping the square leg to the boundary. In comes Jaran. And that's clean bowled! Oh dear! What a ball by Jaran. The batsman couldn't move his feet. Shocked, completely shocked, looked out of place for beaten by the pace, straight onto the stumps, and that changes the tide again.
Like I said, a few dot balls and a few wickets is going to change the game completely. Now the game, I would say the game is still in balance. Gladiators, middle order and lower middle order wasn't tested in earlier matches, so this is a good test for them. It's never easy to play. The light is fading quickly as well. And Sheffield Blasters have got the momentum here.
The local time here is 12 past 7. It's getting slightly dark. The shadows of the trees and the buildings and the fields nearby catching in. That was a brilliant ball by Jarin. Clean ball, the batsman. Srajan. We have Piyush now joining Saurav at the crease. Jarin has taken 2 wickets of his 7 balls, conceding only 8 runs. And the match stands at 13 required of 13. Call it the required just run rate of 6. In comes Jarin. Played it late, cut onto the fielder at the gully, throws it back. Misfield by the keeper, takes a quick single. Turns the equation to 12 of 12. Jarin has got 2 more balls this over. Got Saurav on strike. Jarin pours in. There you go. He just plays it back straight back towards the bowler, behind the bowler. The fielder at mid-on comes and fetches the ball. A quick single for Saurav, bringing Piyush back onto strike. Last ball for Jarin this over. In comes Jarin on a brilliant yorker there. The batsman manages to survive and just digs it out for a knot that completes Jarin's over, taking the score of Leeds Gladiators to 93 for 5. And Leeds Gladiators now require 10 of 11. We're also running short on time. We're already, 11 of 10 runs. The time here, local time being 7:15. Not too much light left, to be honest. The fielders are having a bit of a chat, discussing who needs to bowl next, and also looking at some of the field placements. It would be Saurav on strike. The last interesting 10 balls with 11 to score for Leeds.
Excellent over by Jarin. He's brought Sheffield Blasters back in the game. He's just given 10 runs in his 10 balls with 4 dot balls. That's what you want in a final. Exciting finish to a final. It's come down to the wire. The team which will hold their nerves is going to win the match. Both new batsmen. It's going to be difficult to pick up the pace bowlers in this fading light. There's a discussion going on. They're looking at who's bowled how many overs. One good thing in Gladiators' favors is both batsmen are fresh, so they can easily, it's a big ground. If it goes in the outfield, they can easily convert those ones into twos. But if there's a wicket here, then it's going to open up the game for Sheffield Blasters. So it's anybody's game from here now. That Priyanshu's run out has opened up the game. Gladiators were cruising through in the middle, but then quickly lost those key 3 wickets in the middle, reeling them for 93 for 5. They need 11 runs of 10 balls. Saurav is on strike. He's going at just over than a ball. He scored 5 runs from 4 balls. Looks like we have Srinath back into action. Srinath's been expensive. But most of the runs scored against Srinath were from Priyanshu, who's back in the pavilion. So these are new batsmen in. Let's see how Srinath goes in. Here comes Srinath to Saurav. And Saurav edges it over the gully fielder, and the ball's racing towards the boundary. And the fielder, and it goes over the boundary. That was a good for Gladiators. The fielder was in till the last moment, and the ball slowly dragged over the boundary. It teased the fielder. Rion tried his best to stop the ball, but couldn't. Sheffield Blasters keeper has asked Rion to stay back. And that boundary now changes the dynamics a bit. Gladiators need 7 runs from 9 balls. That was a thick outside edge. Here comes Srinath again to Saurav. And Saurav tries to swat the ball but misses it completely. It's a dot ball. Keeper collects it and gives it back to the bowler. It was like a full toss. He yorked himself outside off. And Saurav couldn't get back on the ball. Just beaten for pace there. Here comes Srinath again to Saurav. Saurav lofts it over cover. That's a beautiful shot in between the fielders, and it's a misfield. Saurav gets a 4 at a crucial time. That was an easy misfield. It went between the legs of the fielder. I don't blame them. They've been playing since morning. There's some tired legs out there. But it was a crucial miss at this stage of the innings. Leaves Gladiator to need only 3 runs out of 7 balls. Saurav is going to try to end it in these 2 balls. What do you say, Ahmed?
I would think so, probably not wanting to take it to the very last over. Crucial 2 balls here. Let's see what they've got on offer. Here comes a bowler again, daps it back towards the fielder at the deep cover, picks it well, throws it back.
Saurav has been really good in the last few overs. He's got his eye in. He's played some lovely shots over cover and backward point. All the Gladiator fielders are lining themselves towards the boundary. They sense a victory here. They might go charging in. They just need 2 runs of 6 balls. And Srinath bowls a ball. And that's a lovely shot in the cover. And Gladiators have won. That was a lovely boundary by Saurav. And Gladiators have won the finals. They have broken the jinx. They lost the last 2 finals, and this year they have crossed the lines by beating the final. Lovely innings by Priyanshu. And Saurav kept his calm and took them home. He scored 13 runs of 7 balls and have taken them home.
What a brilliant game of finals that has been. It's been a seesaw of a game. Started well. They lost a lot of quick wickets in succession, not scoring many runs by the top order. And then comes the last pair to finish it off with still 1 over remaining. What a brilliant game of cricket that has been. The weather has played its part, bringing in about 40 minutes of delay for the final and changing the game from 100 balls to 75 balls. And the Sheffield Blasters started off brilliantly with 103 for 5, and Leeds Gladiators chased it down with a loss of 5 wickets and 5 balls to spare. What a beautiful, brilliant game of cricket this finals has been. There's been a bit of a heartbreak all over for the Sheffield Blasters. It's been a good score on this ground. There's not been too many boundaries that has been coming in. Every now and then an odd one here and there. It's not been easy to hit the bowlers over the park. A big ground this is, long boundaries, really difficult to go over the boundaries. And we've had 3 brilliant games today, 2 well-fought semi-finals and a brilliantly poised finals. That should bring to the close of our live commentary for the semi-finals and finals. And any last words from you, Mayur?
Priyanshu is the MVP, player of the match. Scored 41, brilliant 41. His two sixes and a few fours in those few overs had changed the momentum of the game completely. I'm a bit of loss of words because Jaren Verghese bowled so well, but he just bowled 10 balls. He could have bowled a few more, and you never know what would have happened. So Jaren bowled 10 balls, gave 10 runs, and took 2 wickets. And I wonder why he didn't bowl his overs out.
I would have imagined probably they saved Jaren for the last over, which eventually they didn't get to ball. So that probably would have been his last over, which didn't work out in the bowling team's favor, by which, he had to just succumb to bowling 2 good overs. We would close the live commentary on here and then we would join for the player presentation. Hang around with us, and then we should be seeing you shortly with the players presenting the trophy and the presentation ceremony. Can you hear us? Can you hear us from here? Can you hear us? You can. Sorry? The presentation. Jacob, presentation out എവിടെയാണോ? Huh? Jacob, ഇവിടെയാണോ presentation? Yeah. ഇവിടെ.
We can mic there.
எப்படிமா போச்சு கேம்? வெரி குட் வெரி குட்.
அடுத்ததுக்கு போங்களேன். அகாடமி இருக்குல்ல, யாக்ஷயர்ல
Can you still hear us? Still hear us, right? Okay, thank you. Okay, we have got Murugu, a player from Leeds Super Kings. Would you like to share a few words about the Leeds Premier League? Okay. On here, Murugu, how do you feel about the tournament?
Hello, Ahmed. Yeah, we've been taking part in the LPL for the last 5 years, 6 years, I should say, including 2020 when the COVID was there. So it's been great to be part of this league, especially we are playing a short form game and we are playing in a league format like for almost couple of months. This gives opportunity to all the players to be part of these matches, and we have been having a great time. Mainly because it's Sunday, we get all the friends and family to join us, and even we played the semi-finals. By hard luck, we lost. We lost to a good team, and the final was good to see as well. It's evenly matched teams. It's a shame there's only one winner that can be there after 2 months of matches. Leeds Gladiators kept the cool, even though wickets were falling regularly, and they had a lot of batting depth, and then they managed to cross the line in the last few balls. It was good to watch. it's I have to appreciate the efforts of Yorkshire Cricket Foundation with Sohail helping us, and also Jacob, who's been organizing this. And it's mainly getting all the community involved. And it's good to see teams even away from Leeds to come and play, like Sheffield Blasters, which they've done. And I would want this to be continuing, and hopefully for many more years to come, so more players can be playing the short format game for everyone to enjoy.
Absolutely, Murugu. Thank you for that. And what do you reckon of the pitch? You having played your semi-final here, and then you also did watch the finals here. What do you reckon of the pitch?
I think this is the first day the LPL has been played on this ground for this year, because we've been playing in different grounds in and around Leeds. And where, because we played the matches before, we were used to the pitch condition. But one thing that's changed is when we played the round robin matches, it was all during dry weather with hard pitches and dry surface. But over the last few days, there's been some rain that has had an impact on how the pitch behaved. Even though the pitch looked like flat when we looked at it, but the bounce and the pace of the pitch was not as expected. It was keeping it tad low and a bit slow off the surface, which made it difficult to score. And that is probably the reason all these matches have been low scoring. Even though it's 100 balls, only 120 runs, like 1.2 runs an over, that was possible. And the team that did well was not going for big shots and then converting ones and twos, because it's a big boundary, and that made the difference. It's the odd boundary here and there that mattered, rather than a full-fledged bang on like what you expect in a short format game.
Absolutely, very well picked. Having watched two semi-finals and one final here, I think overall there's been about three or four balls which has bounced above hip high for me, and a couple of them, especially after the small short burst of rain, that's when the bounce seems to have picked up. And I did see a lot of the players losing out to, trying to play some cross-batted shots when the ball hasn't bounced enough. Few of them got bowled, and few of them also got a few lbs down here. So I think it's a learning, with the players learning to adapt to the conditions. So we see it quite on the TV, and the commentators say you need to adapt to the conditions. But then I think it's when we play in these kind of grounds, you actually get to know what that means.
Exactly, that's same reason. Like what mattered the most in the team winning was converting ones and twos, and also running quick singles. And as you might have noticed, one run out changed the course of the match when Leeds Gladiators were cruising. Pianshu got run out when he was trying to go for a single, where the ball went straight to the fielder. But they were putting pressure on the fielders to get these runs, because they knew ones and twos is what matters more than boundaries, because it's not a boundary laden match actually.
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you for so much for your time, and then hard luck on this series. But then better luck next time. Yeah,
Come back
we'll
strong.
always come back stronger. Absolutely, yeah. Can I have Babu, please? Welcome back, and good to see you.
Thank you.
So, had a good time watching the finals?
Absolutely, absolutely loved the match, and it was great to kind of see Leeds Gladiators winning after 3 years. So I'm sure Jacob would be very relieved. I'm very happy too.
Nice one. So, what did you make of the final game in terms of reduced overs, 75 balls, and the kind of scores that you've been seeing? Normally, we have been used to seeing 100 balls, 160, 180 getting scored, but then the semi-finals were low scoring, and finals obviously just 100 odd with just 75 balls. What did you make out of it?
Well, I mean, because there was rains before, I knew it's going to be a tough, low-scoring match. But somewhere, I was hoping if it's around 100, our chances are better because we had depth of batting line. So when it actually was 101, I thought we had a good chance. And the way Priyansh batted, it felt like we were cruising. And then, of course, we had some hiccups. Yeah, it did get me worried. And towards the end, I was a bit nervous whether we would win. So thankfully, I think they all kind of, stuck to the plan and they delivered. So
Brilliant. Any last words to say about the way this particular tournament has been organized, taking it all the way to the final with so many number of league games, and then being able to continue it year after year, year after year? Any last words to comment on that?
no, I think there is sense of pride for how LPL has been conducted over these years. I mean, primarily it's Jacob. It's a one-man army in that sense. The way he manages all the details and the way he kind of manages to get the players and the teams to come every year, year on year. So very happy, and this year also things have gone without any hiccups. The standard of game has also been great. So yeah, a sense of relief when the tournament is over, and sense of happiness that you won it also.
Brilliant. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, and trust you had a good time, and then more and more cricket to come our way next year. Thank you so much. Can I have Sohail from Yorkshire County Club? Hey, Sohail, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
You've been a great support all through these many years, and how do you make it out for this year overall? Not just the final, but then the entire tournament.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. It's been a long season. It's been quite a few games, but again, it's been well organised, and everybody's enjoyed it. And the main thing is, getting everybody playing cricket in the community, and it's been fantastic. The last couple of months, Sundays have been really busy for everyone. So yeah, everyone's enjoyed it, and it's been good.
And coming out to face, four brilliant teams today, really tightly fought semi-finals. It's not been easy. It's not been the game where, 100 balls, somebody scores 170, 180. It's been like 110, 120. What do you think of that?
Yeah, low-scoring games, but really exciting games as well. All the three games played today were, really close, and it's good for the guys coming to watch. And yeah, just thanks to everyone for coming and supporting. There was lots of families here today as well, so yeah, really nice to see.
Nice one. Anything at all you want to see changed over the next season?
Tough question. I think, well, it'll be nice to maybe have some new teams. That'll be good. But again, this year we had quite a few new teams as well. So yeah, always improving, looking for something different. So yeah, hopefully next year can be bigger and better.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Your support from the Yorkshire Cricket Foundation has been brilliant as well in making this tournament a huge success. Thank you so much, Sohail.
Thank you.
Srinath. നമസ്കാരം. ഷെഫീൽഡ് ബ്ലാസ്റ്റേഴ്സിന്റെ ശ്രീനാഥാണ് നമ്മുടെ കൂടെ ഇന്ന്. എങ്ങനെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു ഇന്നത്തെ കളിയുടെ എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ്?
അടിപൊളി കളിയായിരുന്നു. ക്ലോസ് ഗെയിം ആയിരുന്നു ഇന്ന്. ഞങ്ങൾ കുറച്ച് സ്കോർ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു, പക്ഷേ ലാസ്റ്റ് ഫ്യൂ ഓവേഴ്സ് കുറച്ചുകൂടെ ടൈറ്റ് ആക്കിയിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ ജയിക്കായിരുന്നു. നല്ല കളിയായിരുന്നു, അടിപൊളി. രണ്ട് ടീം നല്ലോണം കളിച്ചു. ഗുഡ് ഗെയിം.
സെമി ഫൈനലും ടൈറ്റ് ആയിരുന്നു, ഫൈനലും ടൈറ്റ് ആയിരുന്നു.
സെമി ഫൈനലും ടൈറ്റ് ആയിരുന്നു, കാരണം ഞങ്ങൾക്കറിയാവുന്ന അവർ നല്ല ടീമാണെന്ന്. അവർ നല്ല ഞങ്ങൾ ആദ്യം ടോപ്പിൽ വിക്കറ്റ് പോയപ്പോഴും നല്ല പ്രഷറായിരുന്നു, പക്ഷേ വി ഗോട്ട് ദ വിൻ.
വെരി ഗുഡ്. നമ്മൾ ഈ ലീഡ്സ് പ്രീമിയർ ലീഗ് തുടങ്ങിയിട്ട് ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു 5-6 വർഷമായി. എന്നിട്ട് ഷെഫീൽഡ് നിങ്ങൾ ഇത്രയും ദൂരെ നിന്ന് എല്ലാ വർഷവും നമ്മളെ സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് എല്ലാ വർഷവും ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് എല്ലാം ഇവിടെ ലോക്കലിൽ ട്രാവൽ ചെയ്ത് കളിച്ചാൽ മതി. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എല്ലാ കളിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഇത്രയും ദൂരം 40-50 മൈൽ ട്രാവൽ ചെയ്തൊന്ന് കളിക്കണം. അപ്പോൾ ഇത്രയും നിങ്ങൾ എഫേർട്ട് എടുത്ത് വരാനുള്ള ഒരു കാരണം എന്താണ്?
ഞങ്ങളുടെ ക്യാപ്റ്റനും വൈസ് ക്യാപ്റ്റനും ആ ഒരു ടീമാണ് ഇതിന് മെയിൻ കാരണം. കാരണം അവരുടെ ഡെഡിക്കേഷനും അവരുടെ ഒരു എനർജിയുമാണ് ഈ ടീം ഇങ്ങനെ നിലനിർത്തി പോകുന്നത്. സോ അവർക്കൊരു വാശി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു ഇതാണ് ജയിക്കണം എന്നുള്ളൊരു വാശിയുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ഒരു ലീഗ് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇത്തിരി പേഴ്സണലാണ്, ടീമിനായിട്ട് ഇത്തിരി പേഴ്സണലാണ്. സോ വി ആർ ട്രൈങ് ടു വിൻ എവറി സീസൺ. വി ആർ ട്രൈങ് ഹാർഡ്. ദാറ്റ്സ് വൈ വി ആർ കമ്മിങ് സോ ഹാർഡ് എവറി സീസൺ. സോ ദിസ് ഇയർ വി ഗോട്ട് റിയലി ക്ലോസ്. ഹോപ്പ്ഫുള്ളി നെക്സ്റ്റ് ഇയർ വി വിൽ വിൻ.
ഡെഫിനറ്റ്ലി. എല്ലാ വർഷവും നിങ്ങൾ നല്ല കളിക്കാരാണ്, നല്ല ടീമാണ് ഓരോ പ്രാവശ്യം വന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. നിങ്ങളുടെ ഈ പോലത്തെ സപ്പോർട്ട്, നമ്മൾ ഈ ദൂരെ നിന്നുള്ള ടീമിൻ്റെ സപ്പോർട്ടാണ് ഈ പറയുന്ന ലീഗിൻ്റെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ സക്സസ് തന്നെ വേണമെങ്കിൽ പറയാം. നല്ല കളികളാണ് എല്ലാ പ്രാവശ്യം. ഞാൻ വിഷ്ണുവായിട്ട് കളിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങിയിട്ട് ഏകദേശം ഒരു 5-6 വർഷമായി വിഷ്ണുവിൻ്റെ അഗേൻസ്റ്റ് കളിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങിയിട്ട്. പുള്ളിക്ക് പ്രായമാവുന്നുണ്ട്, പക്ഷേ പേസിന് യാതൊരു കുറവുമില്ല. അപ്പോൾ അതുപോലെ നമുക്ക് വീണ്ടും ഈ ഓപ്പണൻസിനെ കാണുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് വളരെ സന്തോഷമുണ്ട്. നിങ്ങളുടെ ടീം എല്ലാ വർഷവും ഇതേപോലെ വരട്ടെ, അടുത്ത വർഷം നിങ്ങൾ കപ്പ് ജയിക്കട്ടെ എന്ന് എല്ലാവിധ സപ്പോർട്ടോടുകൂടി. എനി ലാസ്റ്റ് വേർഡ്സ് ടു സേ?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much organizing for wonderful event.
Our pleasure. Thank you so much. അടുത്ത വർഷം വീണ്ടും കാണാം.
വീണ്ടും കാണാം. Thank you.
Thank you. വിഷ്ണു നമ്മുടെ ഷെഫീൽഡ് ബ്ലാസ്റ്റേഴ്സിന്റെ ക്യാപ്റ്റൻ നമ്മുടെ കൂടെ ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു 5-6 വർഷമായിട്ട് നമ്മുടെ ഓപ്പണൻ്റായിട്ട് കളിക്കുന്നു. സോ വിഷ്ണു, ഈ വർഷത്തെ ടൂർണമെൻറ്റ് ഇതുവരെയുള്ള എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് എങ്ങനെയുണ്ട്?
ടൂർണമെൻറ്റ് നല്ല ടൂർണമെൻ്റ് ആയിരുന്നു. നമ്മൾ ഈ പറഞ്ഞ 5-6 വർഷമായിട്ട് കളിക്കുന്നുണ്ട് ടൂർണമെൻറ്റ്. നമ്മൾ ആദ്യമായിട്ട് ഫൈനൽ വരുന്നത്. നല്ല ഫൈനലായിരുന്നു. നമ്മൾ എല്ലാവരും എൻജോയ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് ഹോൾ ടൂർണമെൻറ്റ്.
അടിപൊളി. ഞാൻ ഈ 100 ബോൾ ടൂർണമെൻറ്റ് ഇപ്പോൾ കളി ഇച്ചിരി കുറച്ചു. ഞാനൊരു 3 വർഷം മുന്നേ വരെ വിഷ്ണുവിൻ്റെ ഓപ്പോസിറ്റ് കളിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. അന്നും നല്ല പേസാണ്, ഇന്നും നല്ല പേസാണ്. അതെങ്ങനെയാണ് സാധിക്കുന്നത്?
അത് അറിയില്ല, നമ്മളാണ് എറിയാണ്. പറ്റുന്ന പോലെ എറിഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നു.
പ്രായം കൂടിയാലും പേസ് ഒട്ടും കുറയുന്നില്ലല്ലോ.
കുറയാതിരിക്കട്ടെ.
അടിപൊളി. എന്താണ് ഇന്നത്തെ സെമി ഫൈനലിനെ കുറിച്ചും ഫൈനലിനെ കുറിച്ചും എന്താണ് പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് എന്തെങ്കിലും പറയാൻ?
ഫൈനൽ നമ്മുടെ കയ്യിലായിരുന്നു. ഒരു സെക്കൻഡ് ലാസ്റ്റ് ഓവർ വരെ ഒരു ചെറിയൊരു ഡിസിഷൻസ് കുറച്ച് തെറ്റിപ്പോയി. അതുകൊണ്ടായിരിക്കാം സംഭവിച്ചത്. ബാഡ് ലക്ക്.
ഇറ്റ് ഹാപ്പൻസ്. ക്രിക്കറ്റിൽ നമുക്കൊന്നും പറയാൻ പറ്റില്ല. ജെറിന് ഒരു ഓവറും കൂടി ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ഓക്കെ, നിങ്ങൾ വിചാരിച്ചാണ് ലാസ്റ്റ് ഓവർ ജെറിനെ കൊണ്ട് എറിയിപ്പിക്കാം എന്നുള്ളൊരു സ്ട്രാറ്റജി. റണ്ണ ബോളായിരുന്നു റിക്വയർഡ്. മേക്ക് സെൻസ്. അതാണ് കളി, അതാണ് എപ്പോഴും സംഭവിക്കുന്നത്. നിങ്ങൾ എല്ലാ വർഷം നമ്മൾ ഇവിടെ വരെ വന്ന് കഷ്ടപ്പെട്ട് നിങ്ങൾ ഇത്രയും ദൂരം യാത്ര ചെയ്ത് വന്ന് സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഈ വർഷം നിങ്ങൾ റണ്ണേഴ്സ് അപ്പ് ആയതിൽ വളരെയധികം സന്തോഷം. അടുത്ത കൊല്ലം നിങ്ങൾ ജയിക്കട്ടെ എന്ന് നമ്മൾ പ്രാർത്ഥിക്കുന്നു, എക്സ്പെക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നു.
താങ്ക് യു.
ഓൾ ദി ബെസ്റ്റ്. താങ്ക് യു സോ മച്ച് ഫോർ യുവർ സപ്പോർട്ട്.
താങ്ക് യു.
ലീഡ്സിന്റെ ക്യാപ്റ്റൻ ആരാ? Hi Sanjay, the captain of Leeds Gladiators. If you can hold it very close to your mouth, please.
Thank you. Yeah.
Sanjay Mani. So, what do you make out of this semi-final and final that you played today?
I think it's been an awesome day for us on a personal note, but on a cricketing note, it's been really good as well. To get everybody out, to get fans out, to get people out and about. The kids are out, so a day like this is just enjoyable as a whole, regardless of if you win or not. I think it's just an enjoyable day out. So it's been a great day, successful day.
Absolutely, yeah. So making the final from a 100 ball into a 75.
Yeah.
How did it fare with your team strategy?
I think to be honest, we wanted to play for 80 balls. Wanted to play 40 from one end, 40 for so to make it even. We didn't want to have an odd side, but in hindsight, it worked in our favour because we decided to bowl our 40 from the other end, which helped limit the
longer
runs
side.
Whereas Sheffield, unfortunately for them, they chose this side, which didn't work out in the end. So happy for us.
Excellent, yeah. So this has been a long tournament. You have had
Yeah.
quite a few number of matches to get onto your semi-finals and your finals. It's been like 6 weeks out, every now and then you have a game. So what do you think the way this particular tournament has been organized from the beginning?
I think it's been unbelievable. I don't know the ins and outs of the tournament and the people and the structure, but I know Jacob very well, Jacob Anna. He sorts out everything, and I think he does an amazing job for us as a team and as for the tournament as a whole, because he's everywhere. In the morning he's in Sheffield, in the afternoon he's in Leeds. So he does really well for us.
He works hard for the cricket.
Yeah, works hard, and to put a side out every day, whenever there's a game, or Tuesday night, Thursday night, Sunday, every Sunday. So it's been amazing, and like hats off to all the lads who are involved as well to turn up every day and play.
Absolutely. Already looking forward to the next season?
Yeah, very much so, very much so. I'm sure it'll be even better.
Brilliant. Congrats on winning the final.
Cheers.
And all
Thank
the
you.
best for the rest of the year and for the next season as well. Yeah?
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We have Nidish here, the star-studded batsman from Sheffield Blasters. എങ്ങനെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു the experience of semi-final and the final?
It was really good experience, and semi-final was really good. We got enough runs on board, and our bowlers are bowling really well, and our fielders supported us, and it was a team game, semi-final, and yeah, semi-final. I have nothing much to say. It was team played well, we won.
Fair enough. The last 2 overs, it was 11 balls, 10 runs to win. That was the, sorry, 10 balls, 11 runs to win was the equation. I think you had a choice of either bowling Jaren straight away or you had the choice of bowling Jaren in the last over. So, what do you think? Do you think, the second last over should have been Jaren at all?
Sri is a very good bowler. He changed the games loads of time in LPL. You have seen his records. He played really well, and the thing is, when he batted, he was a bit tired.
Yeah.
After it's a
Yeah.
very long ground, and he was running really hard. And I think the weather, humidity, everything made him really tired. Maybe that's the reason. Second last over didn't go very well, but even the couple of the way I can explain, like the fielder was not in the right place. The first boundary, there was a catch if the fielder was in the right place.
Yeah.
That's
Happens in
yeah.
cricket,
It was not our day.
Your day. No,
Yeah.
no, but you played really, really well all through the last 6 weeks of this tournament. You made it to the semi-final. You won the semi-final comfortably. You made it to the final. So all kudos to you, and especially to all the members of the Sheffield team having to travel such a long distance every week to come and play here. It's been really commendable, and as organizers, we should be really, really thankful for the entire team at all. What did you feel about the way this particular tournament has been organized this year?
It was alright, but only thing, we came in Leeds to play just one game for 3 weeks or 4 weeks. You know, if we would have 2 games each and we could take break most of the time. It's long way we coming, just playing one game
One
and
game.
going back. That was a bit hectic. So if they could have organized a bit more
Something for
focusing
the next season, the
season.
fixtures to be.
Yeah, and it was clashing with our cup game
Cup games as
back.
well,
So
yeah.
we were racing 2 teams on the Sunday.
Mhm,
So,
mhm, mhm.
but still we had a really good squad strength. That's the only reason we reached the finals.
Absolutely. It's been a brilliant game. You played really well all through the season. Hard luck on today's finals. But then all we can hope for is better luck for the next season.
Yeah, that's
And
only
looking
we can.
forward to see you again
Yeah, thank you very much,
in the
mate.
best of your batting powers.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so
Cheers.
much.
Cheers.
Cheers. Can I have the presentation group come over here? Babu, Sohail, Jacob as well, Murugu. Jacob, can we please have you? The star of the show, the star of the show. Can we give a round of applause for Jacob, especially, please? That's been a lot of effort from Jacob in organizing the grounds, to the players, to the team, to the fixtures, and having to deal with everything that comes with the organizing committee. And Jacob has been brilliant in managing all of them all through the season, and a great amount of support by the remaining support staff as well. We come to the closure of the presentation party with a little bit of mementos to give away. And the mementos for the day are: we have the man of the match for the first semis. Can we have Saurav to receive the man of the match for the first semi-finals, please? Welcome, Saurav. Memento to be presented by Sohail. Can we have Amritesh to receive the man of the match for the second semi-final, and Babu to present the memento? Well played, Amritesh. Thank you so much. And can we have the man of the match for the finals? None other than Sanjay. Can we have Sanjay and Murugu to present the memento? Well played, Sanjay. Well-deserved final cup. And now, can we have the winning team to lift the trophy, please? Come on as a team over here. Everybody, please come on, join in to lift the trophy. Sanjay, followed by the rest of the players. Jacob, Jacob and Sohail, can you please present the trophy to the winning team? Please come in as a team.
Captain.
Sanjay, please, on behalf of the team. And then the trophy is all for yours to celebrate. Excellently played. Well-deserved trophy. A brilliant final that was. Closely fought. And finally, on to the Gladiators. Well done, team. Thank you so much, guys. With that, we close the presentation for today. And thank you so much to the Magnavision team for covering us live through their YouTube channel and also through their app and their specific applications on the internet. Thank you so much, everybody, all the players, all the family members, and all the organizers for a lovely final day. Thank you so much. Signing off.